guys. Shuckers, Chandler. I put a few videos up on YouTube and got a big response from you guys about where you are glad you're back and where you've been and all that kind of stuff. So I thought I'd do a dusty Forgeside Chat and kind of give you an up to date. First of all, I'm very sorry I haven't been putting videos out, but there's 1,000 reasons that I haven't been doing that. Some good, some none of them good. Anyway, just to answer some questions. First of all, thank you so much for sticking with me. I think I still have 160 some odd thousand of you guys that haven't bothered to unsubscribe. The first thing I'm going to tell you is this. I can't tell you I'm going to be doing more videos, but when they're too long for me to do, I've been doing reels on Facebook lately because I don't have to edit them. One of the things that happened that kind of pushed me away from doing videos was my editing machine, my computer died, and it took me a year or so to get another one back. But I've been doing a lot of reels on Facebook because they're quick, little short ones, and at least get something out there. So anyway, my point before I forget to do it is I'm not going to tell you that I'm going to be making a lot more videos. But I wish I were. I really enjoyed doing them, but I was making enough money from the videos to actually spend the time to do that. There's a lot of time that goes into it. But anyway, I have a lot of content that I've released, photos and videos, but only on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, don't friend me, because I'm not going to friend people I don't know that aren't my friends or inner circle kind of people. But you can follow me. If you follow me on Facebook, you can go to my pages, there's a button I think that you can say follow. If you follow me on Facebook, then you'll be able to see all the stuff that I am releasing. They're not anything like the old videos, but they're just, if you want to see what Chandler's been up to. I mean, you got, as somebody says, 6 years to scroll back through. But that's kind of where most of the content's been going. I'm not chasing the money on it anymore, because that's one of the things that happened also is, whatever year it was, 16 or 15, yeah, it must have been 16, 17. Facebook changed the algorithm. I was making $1,000 sometimes, maybe more, a month on my videos, which was an income that I could use to be a creator, content creator, whatever. And that dropped down to like 300 in a month because of that new algorithm. And now I don't even know if I've been paid more than $100 this year from the videos that are still out there on Facebook or YouTube. But anyway, go ahead and follow me on Facebook if you're a Facebook user, and that way you'll get to see the stuff I'm doing. I mean, one of the questions that I've noticed in the recent comments is, are you still doing blacksmithing? Are you still doing blacksmithing? The answer is, I mean, it's here, yeah, I do, but I'm not doing the shows anymore, which means I'm not making a lot of blacks hand-forged items. I've been doing a lot of fabrication kind of work, special projects, tables, circular stairs, railings, all sorts of things like that in my mind aren't kind of, a video of that in process isn't like it used to be. I mean, I've shown so many of the basic techniques that I use that it's just the same stuff over and over again. I'm sure you guys love to see the hammer swing. Quite honestly, I bet you this forge gets used maybe 10, 20 times a year now. If I have a project where I need something with leaves or something, or I need something twisted, or it's usually a fabrication project that has some forged element into it. And sometimes I do a little quick reel on that. Recently, my son got married and I had to make groomsmen's knives. So I did, 12 railroad spike, simple kind of knives, and I threw a couple of reels up. But I've been doing whatever it is to stay. The blacksmith stuff, not as much. I've pretty much shown most of the things that I could possibly show, so to do the same things over and over again. Never really did enjoy making, I don't know if I can say that. I enjoyed making the knives, but the way I do it in my mentality anyway, is not something that I feel like making and trying to sell a lot of. I know a lot of you guys have gotten popular. Some of you guys have gone on Forged in Fire and done really well, and congratulations. I don't follow all the stories, but I see a lot of them. So it was never really, I don't know. I guess I enjoyed the project, but I don't really like making knives. I don't do them well enough to charge the money that it takes to make it. And quite honestly, it's been survival mode. If you remember, probably during the waning hours of me producing regular content was when I got kicked out of the old shop and then built this shop, which couldn't have been done without your guys' help. It was, just a phenomenal amount of response. And I hope at that time I thanked you guys. If not, I can't even express the thanks. It was just crazy. I couldn't have built the shop that I built without all the financial help and moral support that you guys gave me. But I will tell you that move and that build out, it just kicked my ass. I got really burnt out, and from the amount of work that went into that, and went quiet there. And then all sorts of things, the political world. Some of you guys follow that, some of you guys don't, but the whole freaking 2016 thing, getting kicked out of the shop, and quite frankly, these last 4 years, every single thing that because I live a pretty basic life, every single thing that I consume, whether professionally or personally, they say, 25% bullshit, 300%, steel's up 300%, soda's up 300%. The only thing that hasn't changed is my vodka. My vodka is relatively the same price. So anyway, the whole political world and this, COVID happened, and since you guys talked, since I talked to you guys last, and it's pretty sad, but I lost a lot of friends through COVID, but none of them died. It was all a political crazy thing, and then this last 4 years with what's been going on, I've lost. Yeah, I'm sure. Since I've talked to you guys, I don't live where I used to live. I lost that place, and I'm in an unusual arrangement right now. But so I had to move personally. Had to move the shop. Had to rebuild the shop. COVID, the politics just got I've never seen more disturbed and nasty people as I have. I used to, especially when I was young, when my kids were younger. I was very involved in the schools and knew a lot of people in town, and it just was really shocking to go through that with the COVID and the Trump kind of stuff going on. I don't even look people in the eye. Not that I don't want to look them in the eye, but I don't greet people because I don't know which ones of them are people that were so viciously cruel and ignorant over this period. It's a really weird thing. But anyway, what have I been doing? I have been doing anything and everything. So I got involved in a pretty long-term, almost 18-month construction renovation project. And I have content of that posted way back, we're talking 2020, 2019. And a couple other long projects like that. I've done some amazing work. I got a couple of beautiful tables that I've done. I have a metal staircase that circular stairs that I've done. I've done a lot of stuff, and on Facebook, if you, like I said, don't friend me because I won't. No offense, but I won't do that. But follow me because almost everything I post on there is public, so you'll be able to see what I'm up to and comment and things like that. So I kind of look, fabrication is probably taken over mostly, and then a crap load of side jobs. I'm into, like I said, construction, renovation, anything and everything that needs to be done, from masonry to electrical to roofing to trees a little bit now, and I got a lot. I've been doing a lot of things, but not a lot of hammering, but I still do it. and sometimes I feel guilty when some of you guys pipe up and say, "Where the hell are you, Chandler? You ever gonna make videos again?" And I honestly in my heart say, yes, I hope too soon. I hope too soon, but I hope to do that soon. And but the amount of effort that goes into the editing and all that, it's of course, you remember, if some of you guys that are old, you remember there was a whole lot of mental depression kind of shit that's been, and I've been dealing with that nonstop. I mean, nothing's changed. It's just normal now. And so I know it's a sad excuse, but yeah, I do my best to get up in the morning, and I do my best to do something during the day, and then I do my best to try to make it to the next day. And I won't get any deeper than that. It's a pretty weird thing for somebody who's never been beaten. And obviously, I guess because I'm still here, I haven't been beaten, but I don't know. It's weird. I don't feel myself, but I'm not allowed to make any other choices, so I keep going. So I do my best, and the things that I got into fishing one year. I did a lot of fishing. I can't remember, 4 years ago or something like that, and I kind of enjoyed it, and then all of a sudden I didn't, but I still enjoy it. What I'm trying to say is, in reality, most of the reason that you're not getting any videos from me is because the things that I enjoy, I don't enjoy anymore. It's weird. It takes a lot of effort for me to just do something, period. It takes a lot of effort for me to do something that I don't have to do, even the things I want to do. Anyway, it's been weird. Chandler's not the same. Well, Chandler's not the same person he used to be. That ain't true either, Chandler. You really are. Chandler's tired. How about that? This whole 10 years, 7 years of politics and financial stuff and change in the world, and holy cow, you can't say boo to anybody, but you can say boo to this person, and it's just, the world is just so weird. And I carry that. I'm obviously a mental kind of person, and that's gotten in the way of making the videos. Again, to come back, I'm sorry for disappointing you. Will there be videos? The answer is yes. I'm not going to throw I ain't going to do, oh, look at Chandler's hammering on something, that he's going to make a video and try to make money on YouTube. When I do something that either I'm in a good mood or having fun with, or something that I think is different, then I'll throw a video up there. And if that project happens to be, if the video happens to be a long one, like this one's going to be, that one's not going to go on Facebook. That'll go on YouTube, but I'll link it to Facebook. But in that time frame, I'll do, sometimes 2 or 3 a day, especially the reels. I like that. A 1.5 minute clip, and then I go throw some music behind it, and it's just a wham bam, thank you ma'am, and it's online, and people get to see things happening. But no, I'm still kicking, and I'm anything that I can bring the Forge into, I do. A lot of it, most of the stuff I've done recently is not that. But I do, when I start this thing up, it puts me back into those days, and I think really what it is it's kind of a survival mode, mentally and spiritually, and I mean physically, in the world. Physically in the world. I don't mean physical body. Physically in the world. As I said to somebody the other day, I'm a homesteader without a home, and so blacksmithing. At this point, is just one of the tools in the repertoire. Repertoire? Wow, big word, Chandler. My woodworking. I got the sawmill up and running and upgraded. I've been doing a lot of milling and using a lot of that lumber in my wood and metal and wood projects. That's just another tool in the tool chest. The construction stuff. all of the things that I do. It seems like there isn't anything I don't do. And those are all tools that I think that's what it is. So this started as an adventure. I learned a lot. I love doing it. But now it's just one of the hundreds of tools that I have. The chainsaws. I got into chainsaw carving a couple of years ago. All this stuff you can find on Facebook. That's another tool, and so it's whatever it is. Like I said, I'm kind of like a homesteader without a home. So I use all the tools around me to get through whatever it is I'm getting through, or to make whatever I decide to make. And like I said, on Facebook, follow me. Don't friend me. Follow me. You'll see the little pictures or things, and you'll see the things that I'm doing. But I'm still around. And again, it's amazing to me the amount of support that you guys continue to give, even in my silence over these years. And I hope you don't take that personally. It means a lot to me. It really does. But Chandler just got tired, and I do what I do the best I can, is what it is right now. Too many changes, and not many of them for the good. But anyway, I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope that you're still hammering. We're moving on to other things. Like this year, I'm in the bees. My first year doing bees, and you'll see some of that stuff on YouTube. I posted some videos. Always something. Always got something going on. Actually, I'm thinking of making some charcoal, because I got into this summer, especially making my. Well, this is part of the financial thing, So I smoke my own meats and make my own sandwich meats, because you go to buy a pound of ham and it's $10-15 now. And just 2 days ago I went out and they had hams on sale. Easter and Christmas is a good time to do this. Just regular, shoulder or butt hams. And I cut them up, and I bought a slicer, and I sliced it up. I paid $1.29 this time, and during the holidays they're like 99 cents a pound. Of course, you get the bone and all that. But when I get done, I usually am around $2, $2.50 a pound for that sliced ham. And that gives me my lunches and my breakfasts for months and months and months. And that's what I've had to do to live in this low income world that I've chosen, that I'd rather be in than where I've been in the past. It's certainly not a fun place, but the way $15 for a pound of freaking meat. I'm not going to do it anymore. So I try to make what putting my own foods away in the freezer. I don't do a lot of canning, but I do a lot of freezing, so that I can eat for $1.25 a dinner, and less than that for breakfast or lunch. That's the way I've figured out how to balance this ridiculous game that I'm not going to participate in, with the people and with the financial stuff. Anyway, rambling. Where have I been? I've been doing what I need to do. I have been putting stuff out, but it's only been on Facebook. It hasn't been on YouTube. They haven't been all blacksmithing stuff, all sorts of freaking things. And that's just who I am. I'm not just. I guess it was good enough to sound like a positive thing, and then of course Chandler turns into a negative thing. I do what I got to do, and I enjoy being that person. I enjoy being the person that can pour a freaking no-curb shower and polish it and make it work somehow, even though I don't know what I'm doing, and hammer out a bunch of knives for my son for his wedding, or do some fancy twists, or fix something, or make something from scratch, a tool or this or that. I think that's probably the new version of what you're going to see on YouTube, if I have any longer videos to produce. I like that. I like living in the 40s, I think is where I am, maybe even in the 1800s, because the way the world is right now, this isn't living. This is, I don't know what it is. It's disgusting. So I prefer to be poor and to have to do the things that we used to all have to do to get by, rather than write a check or run to the store. But anyway, I don't know, I didn't expect this video to be so rambly, but I guess it's been 5-6 years, so I'm still kicking, still dealing with a lot of the ghosts and goblins from the past. It's funny how some of that shit must have been pretty important to me, because it doesn't go away. And just trying to decipher this world, and make enough money to be able to put gas in the truck and food on the table every once in a while. But if I'm doing something that I think is cool, there'll be a video of it on Facebook for sure. If it's a long video like this one, it'll be on YouTube. But for those of you that stuck this long, I'm sure you're not going anywhere, so I don't really need to say this, but stick around, because you never know what the hell Chandler's going to be doing next. Because of my adventures in preparing my own meats, buying cheap, turning them into hams, or some seasoned, smoked, cured stuff, smoking them and slicing them and then freezing them so that I don't have to pay when I buy a roast, it's going to be $1.29, and then I'll turn it into ham or Canadian bacon or something like that. So instead of the $5, $7, $12, $15 a pound, anyway, because I got into smoking, I wanted, one of the things I have to buy, I don't have to, but I want to, because anyway, I used a little bit of charcoal in my smoking process. So I want to build a charcoal retort, I guess you'd call that. That's a project that I want to do very, very soon. Winter's coming. So I'm going to be all sorts, and tree climbing. I enjoy tree work. I always have, but there's personal challenges. It's like for this one of the videos I posted recently, that damn dead poplar. It was the first time I've tried climbing trees like that, and learning the techniques and getting some of the mechanical devices to the belays and things like that, and not die in the process. It's pretty cool, and to test my personal limits. I'm not a young guy. I'm 57 now, and to be doing, I'm doing whatever I can do just to freaking keep myself moving forward, so I'm not sitting wondering where the hell the world's going. I'll take my own path there. But anyway, thank you so much for sticking around. Those of you that haven't found me on Facebook or friended me and I didn't get back to you, I'm not going to, because I don't friend people that I don't know. But you can follow me, and almost all my stuff is public, and you'll be able to see. I mean, there's, like I said, there's hundreds and hundreds of videos and projects on there that I've done over the past few years. So again, I can't thank you enough for the fact that you guys are excited that I throw a couple videos out. I've been thinking about you guys probably as much as you've been thinking about me. And I've been wishing that things would click differently in my head, and I'd go back and just pound on steel and make cool things like off the forge. But in reality, I'm living. It's one of my tools in life. If I need something made and it's something that is made off the forge, that's the tool that I use. If I need something made and it's something off the table saw, that's the tool that I use. So this is a very, very important part of my world now, and having those skills has helped me a lot. So I don't do it every day, but it's there. I don't know. I've rambled too much. Hopefully this isn't a boring video, but it's been a hard, I'm sure for everybody. It's been a remarkably, the worst. I've been in a lot of financial low spots in my life. I have never been in such a bad spot as I am now. And that's partially because I'm worn out, but it's mostly because of outside things I can't control. This world is messed up. It really is, and I'm actually glad that I live at such a low level, because I would hate to think that I could let something like this happen. Anybody that lets this continue, I don't know what's wrong with you. You gotta, not you. these people, I don't know what's wrong with them. But anyway, I'm here, I'm living, and I'm making stuff. I don't work hard, but I work every day, and sometimes I work hard, but I don't work hard all the time. And hopefully I'll have some cool stuff for you guys to see, and even just interesting things and short little clips here and there, and maybe some good videos if I have a big forging project or something coming up. Thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you do. I hope you continue. Oh, the phone's coming. I better go out, sign off quick, and thank you very much. I'll check you out. I'll catch you in the future, I guarantee.